guys! Today I'm going to review another Pete Walker film, and this one's called The Flesh and Blood Show.
Hey, let go, man. I can't do anything if you just
The Flesh and Blood Show came out in 1972 and is a British horror film. It was produced and directed by Pete Walker and is a part of the Pete Walker box set. It runs 96 minutes. The Seaside Theatre in the film was the Pavilion Theatre in Cromer, England. The theatre on Brighton Pier was also used. The film's climax was filmed and shown in 3D in cinemas. The movies achieved a cult following. The director Pete Walker mixed elements of sexploitation films and slasher films to direct this movie. Luan Peters and Judy Matheson were also in the film Twins of Evil from 1971, a Hammer film. The film stars Ray Brooks, Luan Peters, Jenny Hanley, Patrick Barr and Robin Asquith. So this film has an interesting setting. It all takes place in this old deserted theatre. Pete Walker said the movie was inspired by Agatha Christie's play, 10 Little Indians. Actors rehearsing for a show at a mysterious seaside theatre are being killed off by an unknown maniac. The film's plot of young actors and actresses being murdered became a theme in the director's later work. His later horror films focused on youth and their culture being attacked by people who were older. So this is a mystery murder film where you're wondering who's killing who. So there's a mysterious murderer. So I'll not reveal any spoilers in the review, because a lot of the fun's guessing who the hell's doing it. So the good things about this film is it's all set in a theatre. Most of the film's inside a theatre, and it's a great setting, really atmospheric. So you see shots of the deserted theatre, lots of open space, and very dark and gloomy in places. And also the characters, they're all actors rehearsing for a play, so they've all got character, lots of good characters put together. And outside on the pier, it's all misty and gloomy, so it must have been shot when it was like foggy outside, which adds to the atmosphere. And the plot of this film reminds me a lot of a film called Stage Fright from 1987, where in that film they're getting killed off by this mysterious figure who's, in that film, he's dressed as an owl for some reason. And that's a great film, actually. I'll have to review it sometime. So this film's similar to that one, but not quite as good. And what makes this film unique, really, is the flashback sequence near the end of the film. There's like a 10-15 minute flashback sequence, and it's shot in 3D. And on the Blu-ray that you get in the box set, there's the cover of the Blu-ray. I was surprised when I opened it up, and you get these old 3D specs that you use. You can put them on like that. One's red, one's green. So it's old-fashioned specs that they used. And on the DVD you have the option of watching the flashback sequence at the end in 3D, or you can watch it normally. But if you watch it in 3D, you've got to use your specs to watch it. And I thought that was really good, a good novelty. You get two, so me and Bones could watch it together. And it reminds me of the old 3D specs that you got in the 80s. I always remember there was 3D night on television, and you got these in the Radio Times, and they screened an old western that was done in 3D, so you put these on, and it's not as good as the standard of 3D these days, which is outstanding, but it does work a bit. There are some shots that look quite good when you put these on. Only trouble after a while is you get a bit irritated having to put the specs on. So it's sort of good and bad, the 3D segment. But it's good for a novelty. So that's quite unique, actually. There's not many who do that. And strangely enough, The 3D segment of the film, there's nudity. So when you put it on, you see ginormous breasts poking out. And there's actually, strangely enough, there's male nudity in the film. And the only part of the film that's got male nudity is the 3D segment. So be prepared for that. Speaking of nudity, there's plenty of knockers on display in this film.
Yes!
Hell, I've seen out like the bugger. Bloody knockers as big as that bugger. Hell, nearly put me bloody eyes out. So the director did sexploitation films at the time, so this film's kind of a mixture of both horror and sexploitation. The cast's quite fun. You've got Ray Brooks, who's the director of the play, so he's kind of the head star of the film. And he's actually in the next one in the box set, House of Whipcord. So he appears in that film as well. And Ray Brooks is more famous for the TV show Big Deal that came out in 1984 to 1986. And he's also in The Daleks' Invasion of Earth, 2150 AD, and Carry On Abroad from 1972. Jenny Hanley also appears in this film. She's really good. She's playing this actress who's got lots of talent, and she's slightly big-headed about it. And she's most famous for being a presenter on Magpie. She was also in Scars of Dracula. And there was a bit of controversy about nude scenes in the film, that they used a body double. When Jenny Hanley refused to appear naked on screen, the director Pete Walker inserted full frontal nudity using a body double, reportedly one of her co-stars. This resulted in a formal complaint from Hanley's agent. To make it even worse, the body double had larger breasts than Hanley. Even Robin Asquith appears in this film. Hey, Phil, that's that little bugger who's in them Confessions films. Yes, Bones, he did. He starred in them Confession films, Confession of a Window Cleaner. So the film has a good set of characters and a really creepy location. So it's almost like a whodunit giallo slasher film, but not many deaths. So it's unfortunate for a film called The Flesh and Blood Show. There's kind of too much flesh and not enough blood for my liking. I would have much preferred some more gore, because the film's very tame, and more like murders. There isn't enough murders. I wanted it to be a bit more gorier and nastier. It's mostly focused on suspense and atmosphere. Although the 3D effects as well, they're quite fun. They are a bit distracting. You're told to put these on when a certain part of the film's on. And after a while you get a bit sick of wearing them. So maybe next time I might watch it without the 3D effects. So overall, I thought it was a good little film. Nothing amazing. Sort of like an average type of film. Out of 10, I can only really give it a 7. 7 out of 10. What do you think, Bones? Did you like it? Cool! I'll give it a 10 out of 10, Phil. Plenty bloody tits in that film. You had to please twat, yeah. So next up on the Pete Walker box set, I'll be doing House of Whipcord. So that's set in a prison. So that'll be interesting to watch. Good cover. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe and share. Bye everybody, bye. Bye. Look at the size of them bloody tits, Phil. I think I'll watch this bloody film again. I've seen out like the bugger. Fucking hell, there's a penis.